Hello students, yesterday for the case 3 we had seen the form which is like this, where we are having the quadratic form, and in the quadratic form we had said that if we are having a quadratic equation like a square plus a plus b, then we can split it in partial fraction form in this way. But see, yesterday's problem we had done only for the special case where s square plus a is 0 plus b, that is, yesterday we had dealt with mostly problems which were s square plus b, which we used to write s square plus root of b the whole square, and we used to do it based on this formula. Now there are two more forms in which this s square or the quadratic form of s square plus as plus b can come as. For example, it may come as this case, that is, s square plus as plus b can be split up into its factors like a plus a into a plus s plus, let me write it as not a because people will get confused because here I have used an a. Let's say it will give me a factor form as s plus x and s plus y. That is one of the form in which this can come as. Okay, another form yesterday what we had seen is that it can come in this form. Which one? That a square plus b form. Another very important category is that you can have this one in, or you can write this one in a form which looks like s plus m the whole square plus n square. Now see, if you are having it in this form, we had yesterday seen that if we are going to look at the chart, then it is same to this form or this form, so that we can write it in terms of sine omega t or in terms of cos omega t. And we had seen that if it is in normal form, that means if it is in 1 by s plus 2 form, which is something like this, then you can write it in this form, e raised to power. And we had also seen that if you are going to have it in terms of some 3 by s plus 2 the whole raised to power 2 or whole square, then you can write it in this form. Now what is remaining is these two forms, where what do you see? You see that in the denominator you have something like s minus 2 the whole or s plus 2 the whole square plus 3. Okay, or here as you can see it will be something like s plus 3 divided by s plus 3 square plus 2 square. So this denominator that we have written here or here, it can occur in this case also or in this form also. That is why I said that you can have it in this particular form. And if we are going to have it in that particular form, then how do we do it? That is what we are going to deal with today. So I want to give you specific example first of how to solve that, because I want you to remember the equation. For example, if you have got a form like this, s square plus 4s plus 4, this is a quadratic equation. Oh, sorry. If you have got a form s square plus 4s plus 4, this is a quadratic equation form. Clear? Tell me how you can write this one as. You can write this one, or you can write its factor if you use a calculator to calculate its factors using, how to solve a quadratic equation using calculator, you all know. So if I am going to use that to solve it, then I will get the two factors as s is equal to -2, and the second one is also going to be s is equal to -2. That means I can write this in form as s plus 2 into s plus 2. This will give me, if you multiply this, it will give me this. Similarly, let's take another case. If suppose if I am going to have s square plus 6s plus 6, what is the form that you will get in this case? So using a calculator, if you would try to do this, you will get it in the form s is equal to -1.27, and the second value will be s is equal to -4.73, which means it will be something like s plus 1.27 and s minus 4.73. Okay. Now suppose I am going to use another quadratic equation, or let me say that I am going to, instead of 6, I am going to put here 8. Okay. If I am going to put here 8, my value will be different. What will be the value? Okay. I am doing this just because I don't want to keep any decimal fractions. So this one will give me a value of s as -2, and another one as s is equal to -4, which will give me s plus 2 into s plus 4, which again if you would multiply, you will get exactly this. So we have factorized here. Now what is the difference between these two? This can be further written as s plus 2 the whole square. Similarly, not similarly, quite opposite to that, this one is not having same pole, so it is not having repeated poles. Now we may have a situation where the answer is not going to be in this form, but it is going to be in the form which has a complex answer. In such a case, even when we are going to use a calculator, we will get a very complex answer, and that complex answer we will have to take care of. For example, if suppose you have something like s square plus 8s plus 18. Okay, 8s plus 18. In that case, if you try to find out what is going to be the value of the two poles, you will get a complex answer. Okay, how? If you are going to use a calculator, you will find out that the answer comes out to be s is equal to -4, and the imaginary value comes out to be plus 1.414j, and similarly the second one would be s is equal to -4, the conjugate, minus 1.414j. So this is the case where you are having this complex number, you are having the imaginary factor in it. You're going to have an imaginary factor in it. In such a case, you have to use a totally different technique for writing the factors, because we have not studied what is going to be the Laplace inverse of s plus 4 plus 1.414j. You can in a way say that okay, I will be able to write this, but again you will have to solve this further. So for such cases, we will not use this one, but we will use a totally different concept of solving it. So let me rub this. Now the form that I want to bring this one into is s plus x the whole square plus y square. I want to write it in this term. So if I want to write it in this term, first let me expand it and see how it will look like. Let me use another color. So it will look like s square plus 2x plus 2xs, sorry, plus x square plus y square. That means if I write s square here, the coefficient of s is going to be different. It's going to be 2x, and here the remaining portion will be x square plus y square. Okay, so if I want to write it in this form, I should know what is the value of x and y. What I am trying to teach you here is how to find out the value of this x and y. That means how to write this into this form so that you are able to write its Laplace inverse. For doing that, you can see that here 2x is going to be what is going to be the value here. So let me write a form for this one, which is s square plus as plus b. So you can see that from a I can directly get the value of x. How? Because x is going to be equal to a by 2. How? Because this is 2x and this is a, so I equated 2x is equal to a, from where I got the value of x is equal to 2a. So this one, let me put it in a box. Okay, so I have found out how to find out x. Now if I have got, or if I have found out the value of x, now what is remaining is b and x square plus y square. So I will say that b is equal to x square plus y square, where I have already found out a, which is going to be, I have already found out x, which is a by 2 the whole square, which gives me a square by 4 plus y square. Therefore, for finding y, the equation would be b minus a square by 4 the whole square. Not whole square, whole root. Sorry. The whole under root. B square minus a square 4. So this you should not forget, because this is what is the formula we will use for writing something in this form into this form. So now let us take this case itself. If I want to write s square plus 8s plus 18, how will I write it in this particular form? So first I have to write it in x. For finding out x, this is a by 2. What is a? This is a. So it is going to be a by 2. So 8 by 2, which is going to be 4. So I will write first s plus 4 square plus, now what is going to be y. So for finding y, the equation is this one. So I will say y is equal to under root of 18 minus a, which is 8 square by 4. What is going to be the answer? Root of 18 minus 4, not 4, sorry, 16. Root of 18 minus 16. And that will give me an answer of y as root 2. So that if I am going to write, I will get root 2 square, which is, again, you can write it as 2, but here I am going to write root 2 square. So I have converted it in this form. It's very easy, it's very important to write things in this form, because then we can use the equation that we have seen here that is this one, these two. You can use it for getting the Laplace inverse in this form. And that is where we will going to have a lot of help. Similarly, this one also, because here I can see that it is always going to be positive, isn't it, in both these cases. But if it is negative, then we can use it in this form, that is basically sin h and cos h, hyperbolic sine and hyperbolic cos, and not in simple sine and cos. So these form you will get the Laplace inverse when you are able to write the factors in this in this form. And how do you write that? That is what I have just now taught you, is by using these two formulas. So please use these formulas to find out for all the cases. That means whenever you are going to get a quadratic form of s square plus as plus b, s square plus as plus b, you have to always check whether it is in a simple, you are going to get it as s plus x the whole square form, or whether you are going to get it in some form of s plus x into s plus y form, or whether you are going to get it in complex form. In complex form, that means the poles are going to be some s is equal to x plus minus jy. The poles are going to be in this term. If it is going to be in this term, then you use the formula and you basically write it as some s plus x the whole square plus y square. You have to write it in this form. So how do you find out? As I said, whenever you get a quadratic form, the first thing you have to check is you find out what are the poles or what are the factors. Once you find the factors, if it is a repeated pole or if it is distinct pole, the question is very simple. But if the factors turn out to be complex, then you have to use it in, or you have to write it in this form. And that is what is the important thing that I wanted to deal with today. So let us see some of the examples. Okay, similar to this, if I am trying to do, then I will give you a simple example. One more. Try to find out what form you will be able to write s square plus 2s plus 2. Now if I am trying to use the calculator to find out the values, then you can, I suppose I have already put the video. You can, if you are not very clear about how to do it, then you can go to that video of how to solve using a calculator to find out what are the factors. You will find out that the factors of this come out to be s is equal to minus 1 plus j and minus 1 minus j, which we sometimes write it as minus 1 plus minus j, both of them combined together. So this means this is the complex form. This is the complex form. If this is the complex form, then we know what is the equation we have to use. X is equal to a by 2 and y is equal to under root of b minus a square by 4. So now this is your a and this is your b, correct? So I can straight away write it in s plus x the whole square plus y square by straight away finding out the value of x, which is a is 2, so 2 by 2, x is equal to 1, so s plus 1 the whole square, and y is going to be equal to under root of b is 2 minus a square, which is 4 by 4, which is under root of 2 minus 1, which is 1, which answer is 1. So I can write this as plus 1 square. You see, if I am going to expand this, it will be s square plus 2s plus 1 plus 1 square, which is 1, which gives me exactly s square plus 2s plus 2. Okay, so see, I have written this quadratic in this form. If it was not in this form, suppose I am going to take another value where I am going to have the value of the quadratic equation coefficients as some other value, like suppose s square plus 3s plus 2. You will see that I will get the value of poles as s is equal to -1 and s is equal to -2. So the factors are straight away going to be s plus 1 and s plus 2. So it does not matter, it does not matter that you have to write it in this form, because it is straight away simple pole. It's not complex. It is not complex. This we used only when we had complex. Okay. Now instead of this, suppose I was having a totally different form, which is suppose going to look like s square plus 2s plus 1. In this one, if you would try to find out, you will get s is equal to -1 and s is equal to again -1, which is s plus 1 into s plus 1, which is s plus 1 square, which if you would solve it, you will get it in this form. So if you are going to have it in this form and this form, it's all because the roots are not complex. See, here both of them are not complex. So if it is not complex, you directly write the factors in this and you try to solve it. But if you get the answer as complex, you use this formula and try to find it in this form. This is very important, because otherwise you will not be able to solve the problem. So now let us have a look at a simple problem based on this, and we will stop. Okay. So the first thing for this problem, find the inverse Laplace transform of Hs. So as you can see, I am having two poles. One is a simple pole, s plus 3. The second one is a complex pole like this. Okay. Now what we do here is, first we will try to find out what are the poles of s square plus 8s plus 25, which if you would solve, you will get that the poles are going to be s is equal to -4 plus -3j. This is what you are going to get. That means the poles are complex. If the poles are complex, I already told that one of the things that we have to do is, we have to write this in a form which can be obtained as s plus x the whole square plus y square. That is the first thing that we have to do, isn't it? So the solution, what I will do is, first I will write Hs is equal to 20 divided by s plus 3, okay, s plus 3 into s square plus 8s plus 25. I have to write it in partial fraction form, so let me write that statement, otherwise it will not be good. So I will write using partial fraction. I can write this as h of s is equal to 20 divided by s plus 3. Sorry, I should not have written it like this. 20 divided by s plus 3 plus, not 20, sorry, it's a partial fraction form, yeah, a divided by s plus 3. Why only a? Because it is a simple pole. And here, because it's a quadratic form, I will have to write bs plus c This is going to be s square plus 8s plus 25. Okay. So, when will I write it in this form? I can write it now, but first let me find out the value of a, b, and c. Okay, I'll come back to this one. First, let us find out the value of a, b, and c. So, you all have studied already many different methods. As I always say, one of the easiest method for finding out a is you multiply whatever is underneath it, s plus 3, with h of s, where h of s is 20 divided by s plus 3 into s square plus 8s plus 25, and you directly get the answer as, and put the value of s is equal to 3 minus 3, then you will get 20 divided by minus 3 square is going to be 9, 8 3s are 24 plus 25, which gives me 20 by 10, which is 2. So value of a is 2. Now for finding the value of b and c, there are many different techniques, but we will use one of the techniques that we have already used here, which is 20 is equal to a into s square plus 8s plus 25 plus bs plus c into s plus 3. Okay, what we have done the cross multiplication. So from here I will get a s square plus 8as plus 25a plus bs square plus cs plus 3bs plus 3c, that is equal to 20, from which if I take the square form I will get a plus b is equal to 0. Then let me take the coefficients of s terms. So I will get 8a plus c plus 3b is going to be equal to again 0, and the constant terms are just 2a and 3c. Okay, 2a and 3c, nothing else is there, correct? So not 2a, 25a plus 3c is going to give me again 20. The answer is going to be 20. So from this I have already found out a is equal to 2, therefore b is equal to minus a, which gives me answer as minus 2. Okay, and from here, since a is equal to 2, I will get 25 into 2 plus 3c is going to be equal to 20. Therefore, c is equal to 20 minus 50 divided by 3, which is going to be minus 30 by 3, which is minus 10. So I have got the three values of a, b, c. So I will rewrite the equation of h of s as, using this equation, a, which is 2 divided by s plus 3, plus b, which is minus 2, so I will write minus 2s, and 10, which is c, which is minus 10, divided by s square plus 8s plus 25. Now here is what is going to make this problem very interesting, and the reason why I taught you the initial part of this lecture is the denominator now we are having here isn't going to have factors in complex form, and we have to now find out what is this going to look like in a different form. So as I told previously, x will be equal to a by 2, which in our case a is 8, so it is going to be 8 by 2 is going to be 4, and y is going to be under root of b, which is 25 here, correct? 25 minus a square, which is 8 square divided by 4. So if I am going to do this, I will get y is equal to under root of 25 minus 60. 25 minus 16, which is going to give me root of 9. So y is going to be equal to 3. Therefore, now x and y I have got here. Therefore, I will write, let me use the same color. H of s is going to be 2 by s plus 3 plus, now right now I will read the numerator as such, because again that I have to tweak a little bit. So now I have written s plus x, which is 4 square, plus y square, which is 3 square. Okay. Now this again I am going to rewrite in a different form. Why I am going to rewrite in a different form? Because, see, if I am going to take 2 commonly from here, so minus 2s minus 10, if I take minus 2 commonly from here, I will get it in terms of s plus 5. Correct? But s plus 5 here and s plus 4 in the denominator won't be good. So what do? I write it in the form minus 2s minus 8 minus 2. Then if I am going to take for these two cases, if I am going to take minus 2 common, then I will get minus 2s plus 4, and the remaining minus 2 will come here as minus 2. So this is very important step. Okay, this is very important step. You see that this is going to be s plus 2, s plus 5, but in the denominator you have got s plus 3. That is the reason why I have written like this. It's just a simplification process so that I get the answer in a desired form. So h of s is going to be equal to 2 by s plus 3 plus, now this I will write it as minus 2s minus 8 minus 2. Why did I write it as 8? Because if I take 2 commonly outside, I will get it in s plus 4 form, which is there in the denominator. That is why I wrote it in this form. So that divided by s plus 4 the whole square plus 3 square. This I can split it up. This is where the interesting part comes. 2 divided by s plus 3 plus, now I am going to take minus 2 s minus 8, and I am going to write in the denominator s plus 4 square plus 3 square, and here I am going to write the second split case with minus 2, so minus 2 divided by s plus 4 square the whole square plus 3 square, which is going to be 2 by s plus 3. H of s is going to be 2 by s plus 3 minus 2 I am going to take common. So what remains is s plus 4 divided by s plus 4 square plus 3 square. Then again minus 2 I can take out commonly. See, I am going to take minus 2 commonly out. And then here I am going to write a 3 on the numerator, so I have to divide it with 3. So you see, I have to write a 3 on numerator side because I want to get it in this form. This 3 I wanted to write on top, so I divided it with 2 with 3. So now this is okay. This form is very important because, if you would look at this, this is basically of the form omega divided by s plus a square plus omega square, and this is of the form s plus a divided by s plus a square plus omega square. These are in these two forms. That is why, from here to here we did these steps. We changed in the first step, we changed it in this form. That was very important. And the second, what to do with the numerator, we did it, or we studied it here. And based on that, now if I am going to take h of t, which is a Laplace transform, so I will write here taking inverse Laplace transform. So I will get this as 2 e raised to power minus 3t, and this is going to be minus 2. Now this one is going to be e raised to power minus 4t, and see it is going to be cos omega is going to be root 3 here, so root 3t, and this one is going to be minus 2 by 3 e raised to power minus 4t sine. Why sine? Because on top it is omega, so this one is going to be, for this one it's going to be sine, and for this one it's going to be cos, so this is sine root 3t. Where did I get these equations? I get it from the equation chart that I have already here. Saw this? These two. So this is what I did, or what I used for inverse calculation, and that is the reason why today's lecture I took these problems, because I wanted to mainly teach you how to write it in this form. Okay, otherwise it's very difficult for you to write to get the inverse Laplace transform. This is the easiest method. Okay, and this, don't forget, you have to write with it u of t, or you have to write, you have to write u of t, or you have to write for t greater than 0. So this is how we do the problem. When the quadratic form is going to have a complex. If it is not complex, then it's a simple problem. Thank you.